Konnichiwa, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Daddy Cliff here. As you might have heard from my introductory statement, Konnichiwa, that means we are in Japan. We are going back to look at the online application for the Meti government of Japan internship program. Last time I did a video on the Meti government of Japan internship program where I talked about what this internship program is all about. If you've not yet watched that video, you might want to click the link on your top right hand corner and watch it so that you will understand what this program is all about. Because in this video today we will focus mainly on the online application, how to apply online. Now the first thing that you need to do is make sure you are on foreign nationals, and then you need to go down until you would find number 2, application. Remember, this scholarship is mainly for OECD dark list of countries. So click on the link, please apply from application form for interns on the website. Click here and then it will take you to this page. It says before applying, be sure to confirm the program goals, application overview of internship process, important points before applying. So what you need to do is I confirm those content. The next thing is internship schedule. It says here, during the internship period of A or A2 course, are you eligible to stay in Japan? It is important to note that if you take yes, it means you are already in Japan as a foreign student and you can actually do the course face to face, and that is from the 1st of August to September 29. In that case, you would click this one. But if you are not in Japan, you are applying out of Japan, then you have to take no. You would have to apply for B course, non-resident of Japan online, which is from August 18 to September 29, or you can take C course, non-resident of Japan, face-to-face, which means you would want to travel to Japan and do the course face-to-face, and that will be from the 17th of October to the 15th of December. Very important. So let me assume that most people will be applying out of Japan, so we will take C course. But it is important to also read this. Please note that from the above 3 courses, A to C will be the first recruitment. If the planned number of application is reached in the first recruitment, the second recruitment, which is A to B2 course, will not be conducted. So this is the first recruitment and then this is the second recruitment. In case they have the expected number of candidates, which is 100, they will not offer second recruitment. So you might want to apply for the first recruitment, because in case they have enough students, they would not launch a second recruitment, which will be from, as we can see here, B2 course, non-resident of Japan online, from November 2nd to December 15th. Remember, this one is not active because we did not select yes. We are not applying as a foreign student who is already in Japan and wants to apply face-to-face. But also, it is important to note that the B2 course will be for non-resident out of Japan and it will be online. So we continue. We've already selected C course, non-resident of Japan, face-to-face, which means we will need that visa to come to Japan and then do the internship. Now the second thing is application requirements. They say please check the box that apply to your application. If you do not meet all the requirements, you will not be able to apply. You currently live outside of Japan. People who live in Japan cannot apply for the program this year. I am assuming that we are applying out of Japan. Second, you can come and stay in Japan to do the internship during the internship activity period, which is from October 17 to December 15. Yes, you can do the internship at the company's designated working site 5 days a week from Monday to Friday. Yes, you can undertake required training and engage in internship at the company's designated working site. Yes, agreeing with the spirit of this program, companies and working together to construct networks with overseas universities, promoting internationalization, developing the overseas business of Japanese companies through the internship. Yes, you are agreeing to all of them. You are holding citizenship of a country on the dark list. Yes, you are not from China. You are between the age of 18 and 40 as of August 1st, 2023. Yes, you can communicate in Japanese or English. If you do not know Japanese but you have English, you're good at English, you have documents to prove that your English is Excellent. Good. That's enough. But if you can read and understand Japanese, it will be an advantage. Remember, it will be an advantage because you are going to a country that uses Japanese language as their official language. Just like for those who go to Korea for anything, it is equally important for you to start learning those languages if your plan is to someday study in those countries. Next one, you have not participated in this program in 2016, 2017, 2018, right up to 2022 as an intern. Those who applied but were not selected are eligible to apply again. Yeah, so if you've never applied, or maybe you applied from 2016 to 2022 and never succeeded, you can still reapply. You can receive documents to be sent from Japan Internship Program Office. Yes, you can get a letter of recommendation from your school or company manager and submit to program office. Select. You have to check it. You can submit a document which certifies academic qualification, school or university enrollment, identification card or graduation certificate to program office. Yeah, you should be able to submit the necessary documents from your school that proves that you are either still schooling, maybe have already graduated, stuff like that. It is important for you to know that you can get those documents and submit them for this internship. Click yes if you're able to get those documents. The next one is handling of personal information. It is very important for me to state here that Japan is a state of law. They respect law, so you must make sure that you indicate that you are not lying in any way in this application. So you have to agree, and know that when you agree and you lie, you might be in problem because they might discover it. Next, they say we recommend using Google Chrome, stuff like that, but we will skip to personal information. Main language of use. Do you know Japanese? Remember, know that if you say yes, your interview might be in Japanese, but if you know you don't know Japanese, go with English. Do not lie. Next thing is giving names. You have to write down your given names. Mother language. Here where it says Japanese katakana, you don't have to worry about it. They just want you to probably write your name in Japanese alphabet. You can use Google Translate to write your names and put it here. It's okay. Next thing is date of birth. You have to write down your date of birth. Let's say you were born in 1990 in the month of October 1010. Choose your gender. You are male. If you say other, it's okay, but if you're male, female. Next, please select the nationality for which you have obtained a passport. You have to select your nationality. Let's say Africa, and then the Morocco. Continent is Africa and the country is Morocco. Address. You have to write down the address. We will just write down one random address here, and then zip code, and then area, still Africa, country Morocco. Next thing is email. Write down your email, and then phone number, country code beginning with +125, and then if it's a home phone number, write it down. So here it doesn't want you to input the plus, so you have to remove it and then continue with the other numbers. Remember, Japan is +81, South Korea +82, and then next thing is mobile phone number. If you have a mobile phone number, just write any random number. Do you have any plans of moving between May 15 and December 22? It is very important for you not to lie here, because it will not be wise for them to offer you this internship opportunity, and then when you're already in Japan, you're undergoing your program, and you say that you probably want to go visit a neighboring country because you already had plans. Like say during the internship program, it has already started since September 17, and let's say in October you're like you have to travel to Germany or maybe Philippines while the program is ongoing. You need to let them know. If you have any intention of traveling between May 15 and December 22, you have to say yes, and then you provide the details where you're going to. You have to provide this information. But if you do not have future plans to travel, take no. Passport acquisition status. Do you have a passport valid until the end of February 2024? Yeah. If you have one, say yes. If your passport is being renewed, indicate being renewed. If you're about to apply for a new passport, say applying now, note that you would have to write down during updating newly applying. Please click on the space below and choose expected date on issuing your new passport. So you have to write the date when you think the passport will come out. And then here, if you select being renewed also, you would have to indicate when you think it will come out. And then if you select valid, and then you have to write the expiration date. Let's just take 2024 June 1st. That's like the expiration date. And then, have you ever stayed in Japan? If you've never been to Japan, then say no. If you've been to Japan, say yes, and then you would have to indicate the purpose: a trip, find work, student, or others. If you select student, then you would have to select the longest. As a student, what were you doing? Then, how often do you come to Japan? You have to write it. The third one, if you came to find work, then also indicate find work. And then, how often do you come to Japan? You indicate here. If you select others, then you have to change this to others, and then you have to select give a reason. What was it that you came to do? And then, how often do you come to Japan? You have to write it down as well. Let's assume that none of you have ever been to Japan, so we will take no. Have you ever applied for a visa, any type, to enter Japan? If it is, you say yes. Why did you apply for a Japanese visa? Was it just to come and do tourism? Indicate. Let's assume it is no. Have you ever been denied a visa, regardless of type, to enter Japan? If you say yes, you would have to give the reason why you were denied the visa to enter Japan. But let's assume none of you have ever applied. Have you ever stayed in Japan beyond the period of stay, overstay? If you say yes, you would have to give the reason as to why you stayed beyond your expected period of stay in Japan. So let's assume nobody has been to Japan. Have you ever committed illegal stay, illegal employment, traffic violation, tax delinquency, etc., regardless of country? That's in any other country. If you say yes, you would have to explain why you committed all of these violations. But let's assume it's no for everyone. You've never been to Japan. Next thing is current status. Are you a student? Are you working? Are you unemployed, looking for a job? Unemployed, others. You have to select one. Let's assume that you are working and then you want to go to Japan for capacity building. So we will select working. Please choose your highest educational background from below. Let's say you have a bachelor's degree. If you have a master's, select master's. If you have a doctoral, select doctoral. So we'll select. So you have to select one that is applicable to you, from diploma, advanced diploma, foundation, associate to bachelor's, doctoral level. So we select bachelor's. Country, we will take Morocco, and then name of university, University of Morocco. These are just examples. I don't know if there's a University of Morocco. And then department, let's say life science, or maybe data science. Enrollment date, please click on the space below and choose a date. Maybe you got enrolled in March 2019 and you are about to graduate, or maybe have already graduated if your program is 4 years. So you would select the date, 1st of March. And then expected date of graduation. Maybe you will graduate in 2024, March 7. That makes it 5 years of studies for a bachelor's degree. That's just approximate. You have to make sure you select what applies to you. Next one, please select all fields that you believe are close to your research specialty. Is it law, policy, economics, management, administration, business? You have to go through this and look for something that is closely related to your major. So in case you have something to do with computer sciences, select computer sciences. In case you have something to do with maybe electrical engineering, select electrical engineering. Make sure you select things that are kind of applicable to you. And the next thing is summary of studies, research. It says here, please explain about your specialized field of study or research. If you've carried out research, if you have a thesis that you wrote, or maybe a dissertation, as they do call it as well, make sure you give some details as to what your research was all about. Give the important points and explain how significant that studies was. In any case, try to give a summary of your past research studies. So you need to just write it down here. You don't need to think about attaching anything. You don't have to attach any document here, so it will be better for you to probably type it on Microsoft on your computer and then just copy and come and paste here educational background. If you have any other educational background that you would like to highlight, please enter the name of the institution, the period of study, and content of study. It is important to note that people might have a major in a university and they might have equally taken some online training for capacity building. All of that information is important. Provide detailed background of your education, beginning from primary, secondary, high school to university. And if you've taken any online courses, like during the COVID period, people went online and took courses online. If you've had those types of experience, if you've had those certificates, indicate them on your educational background. Provide the timeline for each educational background. It is important. Next, if you have work experience, please enter the companies you have worked for or the jobs that you would like to appeal the work experience most. Okay, so if you have any educational background, begin with the name of the company, write it here. Current status, are you working, resign, planning to work, location, country, type of business. You have to indicate, is it agriculture, fishery, mining? There is a list here. Try to look for one that is close to your field of work. Job category, is it manager, professional, technician, clerical support? You need to look for one that is close to or take other type of job. And then type of employment, full, part-time, internship. Please click on the space below and choose expected date of employment and resignation. So all of this is under employment history. Expected date of employment, year, month, date. Expected date of resignation, year, month, date. That is in case you are planning to resign. Then indicate your business content and performance. How have you been performing in your business? It is important that you write it. Give some details about your business in case you have that information. If you have a business and it has been performing, indicate there, or just keep. But do not lie here. What I've noticed with Japan and South Korea is that in these countries they like people who tell the truth. Try not to lie. Job type, experience that can be utilized for the internship. If you have any experience that you think can be helpful in this internship program, indicate here. You can select one from the drop down list or you can take others. You have up to 3 options, 1, 2, 3. So you have to go through the list and select other job experience. If you have any work experience other than the above that you believe is relevant, please enter a brief summary including company name, employment period, job details, and achievements. So you can write down all of your experiences. For example, somebody who is into maybe hardware as a computer person, you might equally know software. You might equally have some information on networking. Maybe you've taken some online courses like CCNA, Cisco Certified Network Administrator, where you can like lay network infrastructure, you can work with routers, stuff like that. Provide those information. They want to see the amount of knowledge that you've gained, because it is important to know that in most cases you might study something and then at the job site you do something completely different. All of that is experience. Put them down. Next one is specialty skills or career. It will be an appeal to the host company how your skills and specialty might be able to contribute when you participate in this internship. So let's say you are coming to work for maybe a software developing company in Japan. If you've been working in a field that has to do with software development, you've been able to develop softwares, provide that information. The softwares that you can work with. If you are a banker, there are certain softwares that you know you can work with. For example, for those who know how to use even SPSS, provide all of that detailed information. Tell them what you've been able to do, achieve with those softwares. It is very important. Do not hold back on any of them, but it is important, like I said, do not lie on any particular area in this application, because if you write that you are able to work with a particular software and somebody who knows that software very well test you during the interview on that software and you cannot answer, then know that you are already putting yourself towards the path of failure in this internship application. Next one is experience using English at work. Never used, frequently used, occasionally used as official in-house language. So you have to select one. Experience using Japanese at work. Never used. For some people it will be never used, but if you know Japanese, Frequently used, it's okay. Occasionally used as official in-house language. Choose one. Occasionally, okay. If you know some Japanese, it's okay. Then next one, English language skills level. Is it A plus? Is it A? So you have to select depending on how you think you can grade yourself. Then, do you have any of these English language certificates? If you have TOEFL, you would have to write TOEFL and then the point. For example, they've said here TOEFL 90 points, TOEIC 700 points. So you have to write down. If you have but IELTS, you have to write IELTS 6.5 or 7. That's the overall band. You have to provide that information. Japanese language skill. Do you have any ability in Japanese? G is like the lowest. You have to select one. Next one, Japanese language proficiency test. That's the JPLT. Do you have a qualification of Japanese language proficiency? No, if you don't have. But if you have, it's okay. Do you have a qualification of Japanese language test? Not test? No, if you don't have. Other language skills. If you have any language skills other than those listed above that you can appeal to, please list the name of the language, your speaking and reading ability, and your qualification. Somebody like me, I can say Korean language and French. You can say very good reading and speaking ability in both languages. The next one is other skills and experiences. Here it says please choose OA software you have experience and check the level of your skills. Please choose none if you have not experienced either of the following. So OA application, here it is important to note that you have none if you don't have any idea on Microsoft, because it has basic, intermediate and advanced here. So if you have intermediate knowledge in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or maybe Access, you can select. Maybe you have basic knowledge on Excel, you click on that, and then you have intermediate knowledge on PowerPoint for presentation, and then you have maybe advanced knowledge in Word. You select it that way. Basically, OA means office automation. You have to describe your knowledge on Excel, your knowledge on how to use PowerPoint, and probably your knowledge on how to use Word. Describe it here in details. And then the next one, they say please choose other software you have experience and check the level of your skill. Please choose none if you have not experienced either of the following. So here, same thing, basic, intermediate and advanced. If you have knowledge on AutoCAD, Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere, like Premiere Pro, and there is SPSS down here. So if you have basic knowledge, let's say you have advanced knowledge in SPSS, you would select that. If you know how to use Illustrator, like basic knowledge, you click that, and then maybe you have intermediate knowledge on Photoshop or Premiere Pro, click on that, and then you have to equally do the same thing. The softwares that you've selected, describe in detail your experience, what you've been using those software for. And then the next one is IT language. Please choose IT language you have used and check the level of your skill. Please choose none if you have not experienced either of the following. So you can either choose none, or you can choose C language basic, C++ basic. You have Java, you have JavaScript, Python. These are basic, intermediate and advanced. You have to select some of them, the ones that apply to you, and then explain in details your selection, how you've experienced them, what you've been using them for. Next thing is qualification, certification, awards. If you've received some qualification, certifications and awards, please explain them here. If possible, write them in Japanese. It might be appealing to your host company. So describe the name, title and year of the qualification, the certification or the awards that you have received, if possible in Japanese or in English. And then the next one is, it says it will be an appeal to the host company. Please feel free to describe your interest, what you are working on outside of work or school, and what you have worked on or succeeded in. So if there are certain things that you've been doing, maybe after work, you have other things that you usually do that are like very important to you. Maybe they are important to you as far as finance is concerned. They might be another source of revenue. For example, some people might be software developers in companies, but at home they do produce videos to explain certain concepts in software development, and they have a lot of online followers. All of that information is very important. Any other things that you usually do that are of interest to you out of work, out of your job place, explain them in detail in this section. Next one is experience of visiting or staying in Japan. If you have ever been to Japan, please briefly describe the time, duration, location, and purpose of your visit. Indicate briefly when you went to Japan, how long you stayed in Japan, and in what area. Was it in Tokyo, Yokohama, Osaka, Saitama area? Indicate in detail, and also indicate the purpose of your visit. Was it for work? Was it for tourism? Briefly indicate it here. And then next one is questions. Information source. How did you know about this program? Was it through an email, magazine, flyers and leaflets, word of mouth, being told by somebody, maybe social media on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, web search, maybe through Google or any other source? Indicate, please. Where did you get your information from? Was it from Facebook, university, school, acquaintance, like a friend, personal, job fair, official website, and other social media? Indicate, please. And then reason for your application. Please explain the reason why you decided to apply for Japan internship program. Is it because you love Japan? It's okay. Choose one. To improve your Japanese language skill, to learn Japanese technology, to improve your job career. Choose one. Choose the one that applies to you. Choose the reason. And the next one is purpose for application. What do you expect to gain from or achieve in this internship? Maybe it is going to advance your career. Give a reason. You should have a reason for applying. Think about it. And then, do you have any wishes on industry or region or operation of business? If you can participate in the internship, it is important to note this request will be considered on matching process but will not necessarily be granted. So maybe you might want to go to a specific company or work in a specific region in an area that has a specific company. You have to indicate to them, tell them why you want to work in that particular company or that particular region. Maybe they might consider it, but it is not very guaranteed. And then here, next one is plan after the internship. If you have confirmed plans after the internship, you have to select it. If you do not have confirmed plans, select number 2. So once you select confirmed plans, they will say continue studying in your school. If you are a student, you left your country to come and do this internship, then you probably want to go back and continue studies. If you were working and then decided to come for the internship, you might want to go back and continue working. If you have a job proposal in Japan and then maybe after the internship you would continue with your confirmed work in Japan, select this one. So you have to select one that matches with your future aspirations. If you do not have any confirmed plans, you might say maybe hope to work in Japan, hope to work in any other country than Japan. So you have to select one. If you do not have plans, it's okay. If you have others, it's okay. Choose one, please. So for example, in a country like South Korea, they have a culture, they have a work culture where after work the head of the department can decide to take people out for drinking. Like his collaborators, they might go to maybe a restaurant where they would eat and drink a lot of alcohol and maybe go to karaoke and then maybe sing. If you feel like those are things that you would not like, you cannot handle in a company, then you have to indicate by saying no. But if you're okay with alcohol, then go ahead with yes. Special consideration, please list any restriction on your life, diet, environment due to your physical condition, allergies, religious belief. Please list only those items that will have a serious impact on your life, not preference or request. So for example, some people are vegetarians, they will not eat meat because of their religion, or some people have allergies. Certain food or certain items does causes allergy to them. It might affect their health seriously. In case you have anything that might adversely affect your health, you need to indicate in this application. And then after that, the next thing that you need to do is click on next. And then if there are any errors, it will start telling you. For example, we did not write mother tongue here. If you go and try, and if there are any errors, it will indicate. So that's how you can go about filling out the form, making sure there are no mistakes. It will take you to the next page where you can like review everything. you can review everything and make sure that you've not made any mistakes. And then next thing is either you can modify or apply. So it is very important that you take the time and make sure you write detailed information that will help you in succeeding in this scholarship. That being said, I think this video has been pretty long. I'll end it here. Remember, if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you do, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.